ready for the game ahead. It's almost that time. Greetings, everyone. You've got it live on Tuesday night coverage of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. And a quick look at how the Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Wednesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Friday, they'll go up against Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And for their matchup with the Magic, you know they want to come out and make a big statement in that one. It won't be easy, but anything can happen.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Barnes operates at the 4 with Wembanyama at the 5. Filling the perimeter spots are Castle and Vassell. And it's Fox in at the point guard position. And for the Grizzlies, they've got Jackson. Santi Aldama is out there with Wells. Then it's Morant. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
Now, here's Fox. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Barnes can't get it to go. And here are the Grizzlies. Jackson passes to Aldama. Morant against Fox. 6 to shoot. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And the Grizzlies, they come in off a loss to the Lakers.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, look, it's really hard to win a game being one-dimensional. It can be done, but it doesn't happen very often.
Good on the three-point shot. Wells has got the first 3 points tonight for the Grizzlies.
Well, even when there's not an open passing lane, Ja will create one. He is an excellent passer.
Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Well, the Grizzlies head coach had a few moments to share with me. Coach said they need to stop Fox from dribble driving as he can dismantle a defense if he gets inside. He told me the problem with Fox is he's just so fast. You can't slow him down with just one guy. So Coach wants his help defenders alert and within range to help when needed. Back to you, Kev.
Allie, thank you so much. Now, here's Fox. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
Nice work inside from the smaller Fox. So cunning and crafty around the rim.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Fox against Morant. Plays it up and banks it in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
It's Vassell on the wing. Covered by Wells. Shot clock at 3. Picked off in midair. To the paint. Here's Aldama. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Harrison Barnes picks one up.
Well, not the place Aldama makes the biggest impact. He specializes elsewhere on the court.
The Grizzlies shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
And the first one drops. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Jeremy Sohan comes in for Barnes. Johnson's checked in for Devin Vassell. And it's Harper in for De'Aaron Fox. Here's Spencer. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Aldama, no good that time. It's a tie game in Memphis. And we'll be back with you right after this. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well. Putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
They've got Jackson. Also Williams out there. John Glandale's out there with Contavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Spencer in at the point. That's the group for Memphis to kick off the second quarter. And the Grizzlies choosing to move forward with Coach Islo to head their program. Staying after he took over as interim head coach late last season.
Yeah, the first Finnish-born head coach in the NBA. He was a rising star coaching in Europe. Now trying his hand in the best league on the planet.
Now here's Johnson. Still without a basket. Driving the lane. Pass to Cornett. And here's Harper from the arc. Landale grabs the miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 3. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. Look at San Antonio, holding on to second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And, of course, Memphis, right now, quite a ways down below.
And for the Grizzlies, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. And it's Vassell in for Johnson. Spurs trail by 3. A baseline J. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one's on Morant. And when you talk about Dylan Harper, Greg, just how impressive is his skill set?
A tall guard with incredible handles and elite elusivity. He already has an impressive command of the pick and roll. Harper, I believe, is primed to be a special player in this league.
Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Greg, with Stephon Castle winning the 2025 Rookie of the Year award, the Spurs went back-to-back in that category.
Yeah, of course, Victor Wembanyama winning that same award in 24. Just more confirmation that these Spurs are building something special.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, guys. Well, Victor Wembanyama drawing fans league-wide. Pacers coach Rick Carlisle proclaimed, "I've never seen a player like this. I'm in awe of his talent, his size, his aptitude for the game, his skill, his feel, you name it. And in due time, it's very possible that he will be the face of world basketball." Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he's taken over. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Here's Morant following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Chalk up 2 there.
Well, Morant has all the moves to find a way to score in there.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Then for the Spurs, Johnson comes in for Stephon Castle. And it's Fox in for Harper. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Sohan up top, defended by Aldama. 5 on the clock. Floats it up. Behind of Wembanyama on the line. Wow!
The perfect lob partner. Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
1:05 left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Jackson. What a unique skill set Jaren Jackson Jr. coach brings to the floor.
No question, Kevin. He's a two-way player, a defensive player of the year who also has proven he can be a primary scorer, and he can score it from the three-point line, or he can put it on the floor and go to the basket. Plus, he's got a post game. This is one of the most versatile players in the league.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Harrison Barnes comes in for Sohan. And Castle is subbed in for Johnson. Wembanyama sets a screen for Castle. Clock at 6. Pulls up on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Victory eluded them last time in San Antonio when they took on the Spurs.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
And they were mired in foul trouble the last time they played.
Oh, and he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there, sure. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Grizzlies lead by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Please divert your attention to center court and get ready.
Halftime is here, and with the San Antonio Spurs in a neck-and-neck game, lots to talk about. This has certainly been an exciting one. Any thoughts, guys?
I like it. It keeps us engaged in the action. Less time to throw jabs at each other.
You better not be throwing anything at me, Kitty.
Here we go again. What am I going to do with you two? All right, now let's talk about our game, San Antonio in a competitive contest.
I like their approach on the boards. Get in there, establish position. Aggressively go after the ball, Ernie.
If they come out on top tonight, Shaq, that's how they're going to do it. By being more active and more physical than the other team.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from John Morant.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
On the court for San Antonio. Fox and Castle are their guards. Vassell pairs with Barnes to make up the forward pair. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5 spot. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 1. Barnes finds Fox. Morant with some nice D. Grizzlies shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis, is John Morant. But his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you.
And the basket by Castle.
That jump shot has been the biggest question mark to Castle, so it's good to see him shooting with confidence.
Jackson down low. Wembanyama on him. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. And Greg, you were a point guard. How has that position evolved over the years?
Well, if you think of how much more of the court that has to be covered and the style, you have to score more now to play the position. I think shooting becomes incredibly important. And then defensively, with all the switching, you got to be able to hold up against size and play all over the floor.
Well, Stan De'Aaron Fox said there was no list of teams he wanted to go to. He specifically said, I want to go to San Antonio.
Well, 2 words, Victor Wembanyama. Fox is a Texas native and saw an opportunity to pair himself with a rising superstar in a stable organization.
Pass to Morant. Six on the shot clock. In the center of things, Morant.
All right, they got one on the board in the second half. Now you want to see more shots start to drop.
Castle on the wing. He's got 6. Outside, Fox. Morant with the steal. Floats it up there for Morant. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
Yeah, well, look, no matter how high you throw that pass, Morant's going to go up and get it.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Fox deciding where to go with it. Pass to Castle. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Wells passes to Aldama. Back to Wells. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Right side Jackson. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Pass to Wembanyama. Over Jackson. Wembanyama, no good. For Memphis, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Grizzlies lead by 7.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Back to Fox. Wembanyama, right side. Over Jackson. Wembanyama, no good.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
Yeah, but we know momentum can flip the other direction very quickly. You can't get complacent now.
And so it's Memphis with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back to the action in just a minute. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, that's great decision-making, and one that embodies a team-first mindset.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. We've got Caldwell Pope. Williams is out there with John Glandale. Then it's Morant, and it's Spencer in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
And here are the Grizzlies now. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. Here's Morant. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Sohan. Landale grabs the miss. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Morant outside. Top of the key, Landale. Pass to Caldwell Pope. On the wing, Williams. Defended by Sohan. No good.
Well, the defense just dared him to take that one. Poor execution on their part, but they got lucky.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And another stat that they've excelled at is points off assists. They're moving the ball around and creating great looks for one another.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Spurs. Castle comes in for Johnson. And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He said to his players, I believe in you. I know what we have. It was less about X's and O's and more about the team's identity. Guys, they play for one another.
All right, Allie, thank you for that.
Yeah, just so many ways Morant can create.
Spurs trail by 7. Now Wembanyama. From about 16, count the basket.
Man, did they need those points, and I bet he's the guy that continues to go for it.
No question. He has the combination of size and skill to get his shot in these high-leverage moments.
San Antonio making a switch here. Fox is checked in.
Number 4, De'Aaron Fox.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. 6 to shoot.
3 minutes remaining in the game.
Morant against Fox. Wembanyama reels it in. Spurs trail by 5. Here's Fox. Here's the teardrop and the crafty layup. Good.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
1:32 left to play in the final quarter. A floater. Wembanyama reels it in. Now Fox. And that one is good.
As clutch as they get. What a huge score from Fox, who always seems to come up big.
Fox against Morant. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Rattler's a 3. That one is off. And it's the Spurs ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here is Wembanyama. Jackhammers it in.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Timeout called by Coach Isillo. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
Well, that's why you give Morant the ball down the stretch. He does not fear the big moments.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. So I'm looking at the clock. And guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Boy, that is clutch. Now go out and guard that three-point line.
Here's Fox. Launches it. Misses the three. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
At the line for two, Josh Moore.
Shooting two.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Well, that shuts the door on any hope of a comeback. Nicely done.
So it's Memphis picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that'll do it, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony in our terrific sideline